What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cookie DAO today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. It is the 4th day of August, and here we are at about 14 cents right now with 21 hours, 45 minutes left in the day. Looking like, well, not looking so pretty right now, actually. We have a little bit of a wick to the upside, and it looks like we're going to come down. It's very possible that we have found our low here. Okay, Cookie DAO has been rather tricky to say the least as far as where its low is going to be, where its low will be found. But if we're looking at this from a low, nope, that was not the low, but a low to a high here. If it'll let me, low to high, you did tip your 1272 area. Now the trick here is to not come back down, because if you do come back down to the 1272, it's not that you can't come down at all. Come down a little bit, whatever, come back up. But if you go to the 1272, you would likely not bounce off of it a second time, but instead go to the 1414 or lower. That would imply a 12.2 cent price or 11-cent price. And Cookie is a steal at these prices, 14 cents. It's only going to be more appetizing at those levels. But just so you're aware, if you want this to be the low, like I do, and you want to see this thing move up, then we need not return to it, right? Effectively, if we are to return to this low, you can rest assured that we're not going to get a double bottom and that we will go lower, probably about 2 cents from here or 3 cents from here, which doesn't sound like a lot, but on a 14-cent asset, that actually does make a difference. Looking at the daily RSI, I would say we have some positive things going on. Overall, it is very, let's say, volatile. And right now you're in a bearish posturing, but here you've bounced right off this area before, right off this area potentially now. You've bounced off this area over here and a little bit above it over here, right there. You've definitely found support throughout your life at this area. So very optimistic with Cookie here. Yesterday you did have, it wasn't a bullish engulfing candle, kind of it was, but I mean it was definitely a nice day to end this downtrend here that you had. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, if we're looking at the 1 hour here, and let's actually pull up the RSM right there. It's root beer, okay? It's just some root beer. That's all it is. I was feeling it today, man. I was feeling like having some, but I can't drink too much. If I drink too much, man, I'm gonna burp, and then I'll have to restart this video because I can't, man. It makes me burpy. 1 hour time frame here. You did cross above the 0 on the MACD, which is a good thing, right? You did that in the last 24 hours. Very good, very nice move up. Getting some very voluptuous movements on the 1 hour time frame. The stochastics have gone into the overbought zone, and you're now at the 50. This could be an area that you find support in bullish times. Sometimes that's exactly what you do, right? You'll get overbought, find support at the 50, get overbought, find support at the 50. Hopefully that's what we're doing here, and we start moving up. If not, again, we could come back down. We could come down a little bit. What we want to avoid, though, is coming down to this area here. We don't want to go below about like 13 cents, okay? I should say 13.2 cents. We don't want to go below there. Obviously, if we go below 13 cents, we're going to like 12 or 11 cents itself. But it's very possible we could see some kind of retracement from here, especially with that last bearish candle that we had. We could go to 13.7, 13.4. The trick is to hold 13.2 or higher, okay? And I think that we'll do that. RSI looks pretty damn bullish in my opinion. Lower lows throughout this whole range, higher lows throughout this whole range, lower lows in stochastics, higher lows in the price as well. Hidden bullish divergence is what that's called, and that should allow us to grow. I think that we will. We're not really at a point to find resistance, in my opinion. Looking at the 4 hour time frame here, and Bitcoin looks like it's making a little bit of a recovery as well, right? Doing well with this. We'll see. I mean, we broke out, back tested prior resistance for support. We're ready to run, you guys. I think that's what we're going to do. 4 hour time frame, the RSI is bearish. We do have lower highs and lower lows in this 4 hour RSI, right? You do have a downtrend here, but on the bright side, this downtrend has hit the oversold zone. Typically, you end in the oversold zone with bullish divergence. We don't have bullish divergence here, but it's a very mature downtrend, very, very mature downtrend. So at any point in time, we absolutely could break through it. This could be that point in time. Getting above the 40 like this, we even stalled out here for a second and then came back up. It looks like we're coming back up, at least at the moment, right? We stalled for like 1 or 2 4 hour periods. Right. This is the 4 hour, yeah. Right here, that was like a little stall. 1 hour 41 minutes left in this 4 hour period. Hopefully we can come up a little bit more and not finish with such a big wick to the upside. I don't know if that would be ideal, but the RSI does look, let's say, optimistic for a break of this downtrend. If not, you come back down, we'll probably get a lower low on a closing basis. You'll get a higher low on the RSI. You'll form some bullish divergence, and then we will start to recover. So that could imply a drop between now and Tuesday or Wednesday, and then we start to recover later in the week. The MACD looks bullish right now. We do have a double bottom, I believe, on the oscillators. Yeah, low here, low there, double bottom. That is a form of bullish divergence, and I mean, technically it is a higher low. You're building bullish momentum now, and the stochastics look ready to get into the overbought zone. So both of these indicators, I would say that the stochastics and the MACD are implying that the price has more upside to go before it goes down, which is good, because the further away that we get from here, the more that we move up, the better our chances are of not going below this low here. Okay. With that in mind, I do think that we are going to start moving up. I do believe that we have found our low, but again, if we are to go lower, 12 cents to 11 cents is a very real possibility. 14 cents now. When we start moving up higher, the weekly time frames, in all honesty, the stochastics, I would say they look bearish, and they do look bearish actually right now, but they're at a point to bounce. The RSI is neutral, and the MACD is actually in a bullish stance. So bearish, bullish, neutral, and overall kind of bullish. I don't know. And you're in a bullish kind of stance here. You do have higher lows, and you have higher highs on a macro trend. I'm going to stick with the idea that we do move up higher. If we take a high here to a low there, you can see that you stop just below this golden ratio here. Might you do the same on this next move? If we take a high here to a low there, might we stop just below the golden ratio here at 276? Wait, that's not right? Okay, I was like, no, 276. It should be 390. High to low here, 390. Might we stop just below that low there, or that high there, and stop maybe at about like 274, 250, something like that, right above the 1414 extension right here. Something like that would be my implied estimation as far as where Cookie DAO is going to go. I don't know, guys. I'm running on fumes. I'm very tired. I had a long day today. Here we are at 14 cents. I very much anticipate that we'll see $1.65 at a minimum to $4 at a maximum between now and the end of September. I do believe at this point in time that we've found our low, but I would say it's like 60-40. If we were to go below this low and see a slightly lower low, I wouldn't get my feelings hurt, okay? But at this point in time, I'm starting to believe. I think Bitcoin's found its low. I think a lot of altcoins have found their low, and I think Cookie is going to be thrown in with that mix. It's a very desirable, sought-after coin. You're finding support at prior areas of support here and resistance. I think all you got to do now is just move up, and I think that you're going to do that. But again, if I'm wrong, 12 cents to 11 cents awaits. A little bit lower we go, and then all these bullish things will come to light, okay? Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care. Bye.